Hi my fellow weirdos, it's Ariel, and today I guess I'm back on my vlogging grind. I just left for work at 8 a.m. and it's almost 1 now and I'm already back home. Like, my job is having so much trouble giving us hours. Like, I will come in to maybe 4 or 5 hours worth of rooms that have been assigned, and then I'll end up only really doing 2 to 3 hours because a lot of those rooms are D&D, which means do not disturb in like hotel speak. So even though they're scheduling me for 5 hours, which would be enough for me to maintain 30 hours a week, the reality is not 30 hours a week. So basically, I don't know how I'm gonna maintain full-time status, which means I could potentially lose my health insurance next year if I don't get a higher average of hours over the entire year, because you have to average 30 hours per week in order to be considered full-time. So that's great. The thing is that I'm having trouble doing school and work at the same time this semester in particular, because I made the mistake of taking 2 upper level classes. So they're both like 4th year classes, which means the requirements are a lot more stringent and there's a lot more things that we have to do and papers that we have to write. And so I've just been basically working and coming home every single day to do nothing but homework. And it's been like that for, I don't know, a week and a half maybe, and I will have like no days off, even on my days off. So I've just been like really burnt out, even though I've only been doing like not very much work, arguably, and it's because I made such a bad mistake with scheduling my classes. So I cannot wait for this semester to be over and for me to have a break so that I do not burn out completely, because somehow I've still been able to maintain functioning. But since I do have some free time right now, I wanted to show you guys kind of something that I've been working on. So, full view. It's essentially this purple denim vest, and I got this, I think maybe like 3-ish months ago. I started dating this dude that I met off of Field, which is like a sort of, most of the people that use it on there are polyamorous, and so that's the reason that I was on there, was to kind of maybe meet some other people to date. Anyways, I ended up dating this metalhead dude for about 2 months, and this was like a month ago that kind of like ended. I don't want to call it a breakup because it's like dramatic, but I guess it kind of was, even though we only saw each other once a week for like 2 months. Point being, I was dating this guy and he kind of introduced me to the concept of a battle jacket, which he was wearing on our first date. On our first date, he took me to Zia Records, which, if you guys are from the Midwest, then you're probably familiar with vintage stock. So this was basically like the Arizona equivalent of a vintage stock. So he takes me to this place. It was literally right down the street, and I didn't even know that it existed or was down there. So anyways, he takes me there, and we're kind of just like joking around and like looking at everything and all the books, and you know, they got like books, DVDs, movies, maybe games, I don't remember. But yeah, like I said, kind of everything similar to a vintage stock. But they also had like a couple of racks full of clothes in there, and they were all kind of like just weird vintage stuff, and it was like overpriced. Like, this wasn't like thrift prices, if you know what I mean. But one of the things that caught my eye was this vest, obviously, because it didn't have any of these pins or patches or anything on it. Like, this is all stuff that I've added. But so anyways, it was just this, I might be able to put a picture. I might have taken a picture before I did anything to it. But so it's just like this vest, purple, kind of 90s, and it had these really cool like squiggles on it, and I could tell the shoulders were like kind of like sharp, you know, and I really liked that. But he was saying like, oh, if I were you, I would take those squiggles, you know, like I would remove this, like that pattern. I was like, are you crazy? Like, this is like so unique. Like, I'm one of those people that thinks like vintage clothes should kind of like stay intact, if you know what I mean. Like, and I was like, why would you get rid of this? Like, I love the squiggles. But I think he was thinking that like I should like make a battle jacket that was like his, you know what I mean? And since I'm not really a metal fan, I thought like this is a really cool concept, but I'm not into metal. I don't listen to metal, and so trying to like buy or find these metal band patches, like this is going to be totally like a poser. Like, I think he was thinking that I was going to like turn into a metalhead or something like him, and it just wasn't the case. And I was like, but what if I took the concept of this like battle vest or what have you, and I just kind of made it my own with, you know, my own patches or my own things that I'm into. And so that's kind of the inspiration that I took to do this. And so yes, I've added a lot of things. You got a little alien there. He says I come in peace. Most of the stuff I got off of Etsy, but yeah, really cute. I also got these. It's kind of a series of autistic and pens. Sensory issues. I'm sensitive to noise, sensitive to scents, which is true. I haven't really worn this one out much because I'm kind of nervous about just having something on my being that just kind of like outright states my issues. Like, I don't know, I feel kind of like uneasy about it. Like maybe people are gonna like question me or like ask me things I don't want to be asked, or like bother me, or maybe they won't even like see it because I have so many other things on the jacket. Like I'm really, most of the time when I go out I take this off. Like I haven't gone out with this on here very much, so I don't know, I'm just like nervous about it for probably no reason, because I doubt anyone would even read it or bother me about it if they did, but you just never know, you know? Okay, then the other things I got, this is a pronouns pen. I thought it was really, really cute. She, they. I didn't realize it would be so big, but, so I don't know. I mean, I think it's kind of nice to have different sizes of things to kind of like switch it up, because I didn't realize it would be this large. Probably should read the size requirements, but for some reason I never do. And then I also got this black sheep patch because I kind of feel like the black sheep of my family, so to speak. Then I also got this little UFO alien. This one's like one of those, it's got like the actual like stick thing on the back, which I don't like these type of pins as much. I definitely prefer the ones that are just like, I don't know what you call them, lapel pins? Like, what are they called? I don't know. But, so I don't really like this style, so I don't have a bunch of these, but the little part that's beaming you up is like the demigirl flag, which is what I am, what I identify as a demigirl. It's like, it's basically, the term is literally like semi-girl. Like, you feel like a girl, but not really, which I feel like describes me perfectly, and I didn't even know that was a thing until like the past year, and I was like, oh, there's a word for it, cool. Because like I knew my gender identity was kind of like fucked. Like I know I don't feel like a boy or a guy or a man, but I also don't fully feel like a girl. But also non-binary didn't quite feel right, even though I think demigirl is under non-binary. It's just kind of, sometimes you feel more like a girl than others, and I feel like it also might just be related to my autism as well. Like, there's a lot of people that talk about, like, autigender, which is where your gender identity and your autism are kind of intertwined, and they're not really inextricable, but I don't really feel like that. But I feel like it is influenced by that, by the fact that maybe I don't fit in with as many of the social norms for girls and women that our society prescribes, and so that's why I don't really feel like a real girl. Like, a lot of times when I'm really dressed up in, like, feminine outfits, I will feel as though I'm cosplaying a girl. Like, that's the best way I can describe it. Okay, down here we've got my James Baldwin, which I will probably take off and put on my other something else, just because I don't really like it there. Like, I don't know, I don't really like these type of pins in general, but I love James Baldwin, so he's on there for now, but I'll probably take him off. So that's kind of like that side of the jacket. And then on this side, got a tiny little pin. It says, "In baths we trust." Because if you don't know this about me, I'm like a baths stan. Like I love bubble baths or like Epsom salt baths. And a lot of people, like, I feel like older, like I'm only 30, but a lot of people our age, I think that baths are weird, and they like, every time I say this to somebody, they're like, oh, I haven't taken a bath since I was like a kid. And I was like, I grew up taking baths because the upstairs bathroom, all there was in there was a tub, so just kind of like baths were what we took. And I don't know, I find the hot water and stuff, like, I find it extremely relaxing, and if I can't take baths on like a semi-regular basis, I feel like it's like a sensory thing that I like need to be happy, because it helps me relax and unwind, and I don't know, I love it. So yeah, I don't really take a ton of showers. The other things we've got, wow, it's really not focusing. I'm so sorry, this lighting is horrible. But this little thing is like, says baby girl, kind of a BDSM-y type thing, I guess. I don't talk a ton about sexuality on here, but I am into it. I don't know what you want me to say. Like, I don't know that I want to like super go there on this channel. Also got a little bar pen that I got, Bisexual Colors. This one is Fic Writer, which honestly I don't really write that many fics anymore, so I might take that one off, but it kind of fits well with the little like color scheme that I had going here. It was like pinks, blues, purples, kind of pastel-y. And then this part I'm really, really happy with. Got this Thick Girl Magic patch, really, really cute. And then this one, which is like a girl's butt in between a sucker, and she's got on like these thigh highs. I don't know, I just thought it was like, I was going for like kind of a black girl plus like kawaii type vibes. And I've got another patch on the back that kind of goes with this theme, but it's harder to find patches that kind of cater to, I don't know, that have like black or mixed women depicted that I really like. They're not as common as obviously like some of the music patches and things like that. So this was probably the first patch that I put on here. This one was just a little lollipop with little devil horns, and it says sweet as hell, which I thought was cute. So yeah, that's kind of everything that I've got on the front so far. It's definitely progressed, so we'll look at the back. The back right now looks like this, and I will explain this little stain right there, but just so you guys can see what's going on. So this corner, I was really happy with how this came out, but we've got this cosmic mixed girl. She's got these little stars and chopsticks in her hair and little earrings. I thought she was just so cute. This was probably one of the best patches that I saw, and it's got this little pin that says, "Can I go home yet?" And it's like glittery and sparkly, and I thought it was just, I was like, that is so me, like I have to put this. And yeah, I don't know, I just love how that little portion came out. On this side we got a teeny tiny little rainbow sort of derpy black cat that I really liked. And then this one I wanted something to kind of like, I don't know, I did live majority of my life in Missouri, so I felt like I wanted something to kind of like commemorate it. Even though, as you guys know, I wasn't the biggest fan of living where I lived, which was Springfield. But yeah, I just wanted something, and I saw these like glitter patches, and I was like, oh, how cute, and it fits like perfectly right there in that little section. So now, what happened here, I will explain the disaster. Basically, Adam saw me working on this jacket, kind of assembling it, and for my birthday, he decided to order me a custom Aesop Rock patch, because a lot of the musicians that I'm into, I started being like, man, why don't any of these people sell patches that you could just put onto clothes? Because it doesn't have to be a battle jacket or a denim vest or, you know, what have you. It could be anything that you could put these patches on. I'm like, why don't more musicians sell these? Because I was having the hardest time finding them. He found this guy who makes custom patches, and he got me this patch, and it's literally beautiful. Like, look at this, guys. Like, this is so stunning, and my jaw droppeth. when I opened this, I was like, this is either going to be really, really good or really terrible. It is so cool. It's like the font on the front of his Impossible Kid album, but I love this font and like the neon green. I don't know, just really, really cool, right? Anyways, I go to iron this on, and the thing about I learned through ironing these on is that a lot of times it will just tell you, oh, just turn it on medium heat and press it for 30 seconds. You know, make sure you have something over it, like a, you know, a little towel or whatever, so you're not directly pressing on it. And then somehow it'll adhere. And every single time that I would try to do this, I would lift up the iron and it's not even beginning to stick. Like the adhesive would not even have melted at all. So I go in full force on this one, as I did with all the other ones, and it was totally fine. And this one, just the adhesive completely melted into the jacket. So that's like the stain that you see. And it didn't stick at all. And then when he messaged the seller about this, because I was like really distressed, like I basically almost had a meltdown because I had worked so hard on this jacket and I thought it was going to look so good. And I was so excited that I like immediately went to put it on, and you know, then this happened and I was freaking out because like it's stained now. So he messages the seller like, hey, do you know like what happened here? And he was like, well, what temperature did you iron it on? And I was like, dude, this, I did iron it on high temperature, but I feel like this is not my fault. Like this is how every other single patch that I've put onto here has worked. And for some reason, this one, the adhesive just completely melted off and left this completely bare. Like I feel like he did something wrong. So I was just so distressed and upset that I was like, I can't look at this jacket anymore. So it sat there, and it sat there for probably a month until I was able to look at it again and start looking at solutions. And one of the solutions that I came up with was maybe just using fabric glue to glue this on, because not only do I not like the look of sewing it on, like I think it looks sloppier, and it's also really, really hard because you're like piercing denim repeatedly. And I've watched a lot of videos of people making battle jackets, and they're like, yeah, I'll either get my grandma to do it, or, you know, you're gonna be sitting there for a while because it's hard to punch a needle through denim like that. And I just know, like, I'm not blaming it on my ADHD, but I'm just telling you, my ADHD patience it's not there. It's gonna look like shit. And so I was like, I need to find another way to adhere this on that doesn't involve sewing. So I ordered this stuff, which is called Fabri-Tac. And it had really, really good reviews from people who were using it for patches. So I was like, okay, this looks like the hardcore. It has like all these danger warnings that it's extremely flammable and you have to use it outside and blah, blah, blah. So I was like, if anything, I cannot mess up this jacket. Like at this point, I spent $20 on the jacket initially. At this point, the number of patches and pins and stuff that I bought for this exceeds the amount that I paid for the vest. And the vest is really cool, don't get me wrong. It's like vintage, maybe 80s or 90s, if I had to guess. But yeah, I was just like, I've worked so hard on this, and I literally just couldn't, I didn't know if I was going to be able to even look at this thing again, honestly, because I was so upset that it got ruined at the time, and I just put it to the side, and I haven't touched it since. But now, I think I'm coming out of that, so I want to try to glue this on, and I really need to not mess up. Like, I'm so worried I'm going to, like, squirt too much, and then press it on, and it's going to just squirt out the sides, or I'm not going to get it perfectly lined up with where the stain is, and it's going to look like shit. And I'm just like, I have, as Eminem said, if you had one shot, one opportunity. I do have one shot and one opportunity. Would you whatever, or would you capture it? Would you let them, what does he say? Would you let the, or would you capture it? The point is, we gotta capture it, okay? We gotta capture this. I don't want to mess up. Like, this was kind of expensive, but that was really sweet of him because A$AP Rock is just one of my favorite artists. I also ordered a Muse patch the other day. It's also like, this can get quite expensive because I'm wanting to like deck this thing out. And so I have literally a ton of patches over here that I haven't even put on yet. This one is great. I feel like it completely encapsulates, I think, and that is all I am. And I love the like neon pink. But yeah, I was like, this is me in a patch if I've ever seen one. Also got this one. Call Me Cute one more time. A lot of these are for some reason like round, and so I don't want to have like it all be round patches. I want some of them to be like different shapes. But yeah, I got a variety, so Wish You Weren't Here. It's another funny one. I like things that are kind of like plays on stuff. Like this one's obviously a play on Wish You Were Here, but like antisocial autist version. And then this one, it's a little checkered heart, so that's a different shape. It's got this one, Below Me, for kind of the kawaii theme that I was going for, but for some reason I feel like it's too big and I haven't found a good place to put it yet. Got this one, which is an alarm clock that just says fuck, which is my mood every single day when I have to wake up. This one's just art in a gold frame because I love art. This one's kind of funny. I don't know if I'm going to put on this jacket or not, but it's wet for Neo because Neo is bae. This one, like the eyes rolling. I was gonna probably put this one on the front, like on kind of the, so what was I gonna do? Maybe have it like that. But honestly, if you look really closely at this, it's not the highest of quality. Like this eye, I feel like there should be more eye. And so I'm just like worried that it looks like stupid or something. Like I almost didn't buy it because it looked kind of janky, and I'll see a lot of ones that I like the design, but they just look kind of janky, so I won't buy them. But yeah, I'm really unsure about whether I should try to put this one on or if it's gonna ruin it or not. Okay, I got this one, Cunt, and a purple heart. It literally blends in exactly with the color of the jacket, which, so I don't know if I'm going to use it or not, but kind of a tribute to an old username that I used to have. I used to go by Quaint Camera online, and my friends would call me QC for short, and then later on I learned that Quaint actually is like the old English version of cunt. And so I thought it would be funny to change the C to cunt, so I was like Quaint Cunt for a while there. And it's also funny looking back at that username because quaint basically means attractively odd or like unusual in an old-fashioned but like a pleasant way. And I think at the time that was me trying to be like, I feel different and weird and alien. Basically just like autism before I knew I was autistic, which is kind of, I don't know, it's funny looking back, like you knew but you didn't know, you know what I mean? But this one I got, and I don't like this one because this looks crappy. This is fine, but it looks kind of like shitty when you, what's on there? I don't know, it just looks low quality when you get up close to it, so I probably won't end up using this one. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it because it was cute, but I don't like it. I also got this. It's one of my favorite Depeche Mode songs. Wrong. I also don't like this one when you get up close to it, and I also don't know what to do with it because it's kind of a weird shape, but we'll figure it out. This one, Abomination, I kind of got like as a reference to the fact that I grew up in Christian fundamentalism, and a lot of them, even though it's not in the Bible, believe that being gay, homosexual, bisexual, what have you, being on the LGBTQ spectrum community, whatever, they believe that if you do that, you are an abomination. So it was kind of like a little tribute to that, but I didn't realize it would be so small. Once again, I need to read the sizing because I was gonna like put it up at the collar or something, like, okay, this is a horrible view. But like in the middle there somewhere, like in the middle of the back, so it would say Abomination across the top. But yeah, now I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. These I got, they're like glow-in-the-dark stars, and I got quite a few of them because I like glow-in-the-dark stuff, and I thought it would be cool to have some like on the jacket. But the thing is, when you look at them, like there's a little white border around them, so they're not like cut out super well. So I don't know if I'm gonna use them or not. We'll see. I might use them on any of these I don't use. I'll probably end up using on something else. So yeah, that's kind of where we're sitting right now. I have some more like pins and patches in the mail, but it can get really expensive really fast. And I also have a couple over there that I'm not using. So I don't use all of these on the jacket. Like some of them I put on other jackets or different things. But this is kind of like what inspired me to get into it, I guess. So it's like a battle jacket if battle jackets were just random cutesy stuff that I liked and, you know, metal bands because I'm not really into metal. Like, I listen to Bring Me the Horizon, but apparently, like, metalheads, most of them really hate that band because it's not real metal. And apparently it falls under metalcore, which is like metal with just different genres mixed into it, essentially. Like, it's not pure metal, which I think a lot of metalheads are very just like, I don't want to say elitist about the music that they listen to. That's a lot of different musical subcultures, if you ask me. Yeah, I don't know. I've tried to listen to other metal bands, and the only other one I really like is Bad Omens. And I only like a few songs from them. So something about Bring Me the Horizon just hits different. I think it's that it's not boring. Like, I find their music, like, very stimulating. In particular, when I'm having a meltdown, I love listening to Sempiternal because something about it just makes it so much better. I actually do have another jacket. I'll show you guys my other jacket. You guys have seen this one before, but this is the Sempiternal logo. And I didn't realize, it's also like the circle of life or something. So it's not just exclusively a symbol used by them, like they took this symbol and made an album cover out of it. But yeah, so I got a Sempiternal pin to kind of commemorate that. But I don't really like, I wish it was smaller. Like, to me, the size, I'm gonna move this Gatorade. The size of these pins is like perfect in my opinion. This one's a little bitty Merlin pin. It's the Shield of Camelot, which if you guys know, Merlin BBC, like, is one of my favorite shows of all time. The main character's Merlin's magic. For the longest time I was like, this is a metaphor for his queerness, but I also, looking back, am like, this is an amazing metaphor for your neurodiversity because he has to, like, hide who he is, and if anyone finds out, like, he could get, like, killed or, like, in serious trouble. And I'm just like, oh my god, like, there are so many levels that this works on, and no wonder it spoke to me when I just started college because it just has, like, so many amazing messages in it, and it was, like, everything I needed at that time. Like, that show, okay? Like, that show saved my life, and no arguments about it, you know? So anyways, I got a pin to commemorate that. Really, really cool. Here's my infinity. This is an and with hearts from when I worked at Come and Go. Yes, that was the real name of the gas station. Create and Resist. Another great one. I recently got a little Mr. Spock, and it's from one of my favorite episodes. Is there in Truth No Beauty? Yeah. Named after a Keats poem. But yeah, this is, I believe it's Leonard Nimoy's granddaughter has a store on Etsy, and that's where I got this one, and I was like, he's wearing the visor from the episode, like, that is so cool. And it's like the perfect size, like I like this smaller size, so loved that. You guys have seen the Kintsugi teacup. It's supposed to be from Hannibal, but it's also just cool, even if you don't know the reference. Shakespeare, Lady Macbeth, because she's a boss. Got this little tacos pin recently. I was trying to keep to the gold and black theme. So yeah, I've got a few pins on here, and I was thinking about taking them off and putting them on here, but I don't know. I like the way they are on here, and I kind of want to keep to the kawaii, I don't know, colorful theme, and then just have this one. I guess this side is like black and gold, and this side is, I don't know what. So that's the pins and patches situation. I've probably been rambling about that for way too long. I guess what I'm going to do is take this outside and try to glue the Aesop patch on, and before I do, I'm gonna try to test it on something like a piece of paper or something to see how fast this comes out, because like I said, I really, really do not want to mess up at this point because I already have so much invested, as stupid as it sounds, in this jacket. So wish me luck. Okay, test to see how fast this comes out just on a random piece of paper. Okay, so it's pretty controlled. So that should be easy enough to get onto the back of here. The thing is, I need to make sure I'm sticking it on perfectly straight. And I'm probably not going to be able to record this because I don't know how I'm going to hold the phone and do this at the same time. So, moment of truth. Okay, there's the back all glued up. Let's go. Oh my god, I think I did it. I only see glue seeping out of one little tiny part right there. But other than that, I think I got it perfectly lined up. So I'm gonna go find a book or something to lay on top of this and let it dry. Okay, the back of the glue says washable after 24 hours. So I'm gonna assume that's how long it takes to dry. So we're gonna give that a day before we start mucking about. But I'm glad I finally did that. It takes me forever to get around to things, but when the moment is right, the moment is right. Hello, party people. It is a heck of a lot sunnier today, but I wanted to show you guys the updates that I did to the front of the jacket. I tried to do a little bit of Sharpie to make it so that it's like shot through, you know? I ended up messing up a little bit, so I had to like end up drawing on here, but I kind of like how it came out. And then on the other side, I added the eye roll patch down here, and because it's on a seam, And also, I ended up having to, well, this one I don't think I had to glue, but the other one I think I did have to glue down because it's not only the fact that there's like a little seam right here, but then also, I don't know, the adhesive was just horrible and wasn't sticking at all, so I didn't end up having to use this Fabri-Tac stuff again. But my next thing that I want to do, and here's the back as you guys saw, but the next thing that I want to do is get, you know those like fabric paints from the 90s where you could like draw designs and they would be in like these really fluorescent colors? Well, I want to get some of those to kind of add like a, I don't know, like a, I guess like a handmade type of touch, and just another, just to add like visual points of interest and stuff. Like maybe I want to do like little squiggles or hearts or spirals, or maybe I want to do glitter or glow in the dark or just like neon colors or something. And I thought this could be a way of maybe adding some of that like handmade element, like on traditional battle vests and stuff you see like spikes or maybe like safety pins or rips or, you know, dyeing, or just some kind of element that gives it that like handmade feel. And I'm thinking that's something I kind of want to add in. So I don't know if I want to order it offline or if I want to like make a trip to Michael's. Like a trip to Michael's would be ideal, but I don't know if I'm gonna have time. I also got in this lapel pin, which is a cute little, I don't know if you guys can see it very well, but it's a Monstera leaf. I don't actually have one of these plants, I just thought the pin was really cool. And honestly, it kind of goes like A$AP Rock, if you listen to his music, has a lot of like nature references, and so I was thinking that it might look cool like next to that patch. But then I also thought about like, if you need to like sit back against something, like these little things are going to be like digging into your back, so I was like, maybe it's not the best idea to put the lapel pins like on the back of the vest. So yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do as far as like placement wise on that one. What's good, my homies? The sun is about to go down at literally any minute, but I also have no idea what the transitions in this video are gonna be like, because I don't even remember the last thing I said. But anyhow, I'm very tired. Oh, so tired. I feel like I've just been kind of tiptoeing on the edge of burnout, but I feel like I can probably relax for a few days because it's kind of getting towards the end of the semester. And last night I was up late finishing a paper for my film class, and it was kind of one of the two big grades in that class that kind of determine what your overall grade is going to be. And I was worried because the professor gave me a C++ on the last one. So this professor's just like really freaking intense. Like I don't think I've gotten a grade that bad on an essay like ever in my entire school existence. And he wrote a page and a half of comments critiquing the essay, I guess, and the comments that he wrote actually ended up being longer than the word count of the essay itself. I looked him up on Rate My Professor, and I guess this guy is just known for being like a super hard ass, which is fine. Like if he's just gonna give me a bad grade regardless of how hard I work, it kind of is what it is. But like, so last night I had already like maybe half of the paper written, but I kind of knew it wasn't going to be up to his standard, so I was kind of just hoping that I could come home, get off work, have a monster, and then hope that hyperfocus kicked in and somehow I wrote the entire essay. And I did. I got it done because I kind of basically had to pretty much start from scratch because I knew what I had just wasn't going to cut it. And so whatever grade I get is whatever grade I get. As long as I pass the class, I don't care. But yeah, it's just been that kind of stuff where it's like all I do is go to work, come home, work on homework. It's like no time to relax, no time for hobbies, no real time to work out or go for runs. It's just, it's miserable. And it'll be weeks like this where I don't have the time or energy to do anything else other than this. And I know I just had to like push through, get this last paper done, and now I can chill out for a couple days because the assignments that I have upcoming are pretty easy. But it's just, you know, tiptoeing that line of burnout where it's just, you get off work and all you want to do is come home and lay down and relax in a dark room and sleep. Like I know I'm starting to get burnout when I just really am craving like just a dark room, you know, in silence, or like a nap, or just ASMR. I guess I'll go ahead and show you guys some new patches that I've gotten in since I last talked to you. I have a Muse one that's just their basic logo. I got it off Etsy. It came from like, I don't remember what country, but it was like really far away. So like this is a nice patch, even though it's just kind of boring, but Muse is one of my favorite bands, so of course I have to have that. This one is kind of interesting. I think I got this one from Canada, but it's like this little computer with a sad face and it says Internet Crybaby, which is probably the most me thing I've ever heard or seen in my entire life. And I kind of wanted it to go with like the neon green sort of color scheme, but it's not quite as neon as I thought it would be. Sorry, I'm trying not to like shine you guys in the eyeballs, but yeah, So that's a little iron-on. This was a little expensive. I think it was $15, but you know, I don't know where I'm gonna put it or if it even goes. Like the colors aren't really matching the way I thought they would. I've also been ordering some stickers to put on. Like Adam had to get a Chromebook for he went to HVAC school, and for some reason they required them to get a Chromebook to do their work on. So he just ended up giving it to me, and I've been doing my homework on it since his old Mac that I was using is it's really old and it's just like running super slow. So I decided, oh, I'll just do my homework on the little Chromebook because that's kind of all I need. So I've been kind of wanting to get some stickers for that. So this one came in, which is a little pixel bunny, and I haven't put it on yet, but I've already got a couple of other stickers. Oh my god. This one's good girl. This one's a little holographic, like jellyfish black girl. So yeah, I just wanted to get some more cute stickers to put on there. Kind of customize it. I also ordered myself a new watch because I've had problems, like every single watch that I get, the mechanism that keeps time in it breaks, and it's just kind of a matter of how long it takes it to break. So it's really irritating. Like I've had a bunch of watches. This is a different one, and it's cheap leather or whatever, so like this part's already peeling off and I hate it. Like I just want a quality watch that I can wear every single day. I really need it to keep track of time while I'm at work, and with my ADHD and such, like every single watch, I kid you not, that I've had is broken. Both of my swatches broke. This Timex stopped keeping time. It was always 5 to 10 minutes off no matter what I did. I really liked this one and it was comfortable to wear and it stayed on my wrist, but it's just I can't fix the timekeeping mechanism. So basically, long story short, I ordered myself a watch. So we're gonna, I guess, unbox this. Assuming that I'm smart enough to figure out how to open the box. There she is. God, the lighting's so bad. Brita, I don't know. Brita filter? Wow, this is like some fancy ass packaging. Ooh. ASMR moment. Oh my god, these boxes are so nice for tapping. Anyhow, my time has arrived. Guys, I get it. Oh, the storage bag. Why do they always send a freaking like little bitty storage bag? Like, you know my ADHD ass is not gonna stuff a watch back into this. I always end up throwing the storage bags away, but look how this little thing opens and there she is. Oh, got the plastic on, but it's a black and gold. I wanted something like, I really like the classic like Timex designs, like, and I really like analog watches. I really like ones with the numbers. I don't want to just have lines and me having to guess what time it is. Like I want there to be actual numbers on the dial. I want it to be small-ish. Like I don't like anything bigger than the Timex that I showed you guys. I really don't want. I want it to be like kind of small, unobtrusive. But the thing is, I feel like a lot of the classic watches also are boring and I feel like it doesn't convey enough of my personality. And that's why I kind of liked the swatches, because they're colorful, they're fun, they're small, you know, they're lightweight, they're comfortable, they're silicone, so you can just, you know, spray them down, wipe them off every day, which is what I would do. And yeah, so I feel like this was a nice combination between like classic and that's something like interesting, if you know what I mean, because it's like clear, the band itself. So let's see how this looks on. I just didn't want to get another Timex because I was worried it was just gonna break. And I mean, this was pretty much a similar price point. The band's kind of like stiff. I'm sure that'll get better with time. Ha, with time. It's like a really hard silicone or something. I don't know what it is. I'm like afraid I'm gonna break it because it's so stiff.
That's what she said.
Hopefully this isn't like a sensory issue, but okay, I got it set. I wonder how you make it light up, because they did show that it could light up. I'm not giving you guys a good view at all because it's a bit thicker than I'm used to, but I wish it was more gold that they'd showed in the pictures, but I don't know. I'm really picky, so it's hard for me to find designs or stuff from online that I actually like. And so when I do find something, especially because there was a Black Friday sale, I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and try out this brand, and we'll see how quickly it breaks in comparison to my other watches. I'm not trying to get like a luxury watch, just something that doesn't immediately peel, break. I don't really care about scratches, like it's gonna get scratched. Like that's just kind of the nature of wearing something on your wrist. The other thing that I have, let's see, it's in a tiny package, so I'm guessing it's probably stickers or patch. Sticker. I stumbled across this while I was looking for patches, and it's kind of this, ooh, you can really see it sparkle in the light, but this sort of Lisa Frank inspired like anime black girl, and I thought it was so cute. Oh, there's some extra stickers in here. I generally don't really like the extra stickers that they send most of the time though, so it's kind of annoying. Oh, I am Knuff. I don't really want that. Haven't seen the Barbie movie, but in Biggie Smalls, which I don't listen to him, so. See, that's why I don't know why they include the extra stuff. Like, I get that they're trying to be nice, but half the time I don't even want the extra stuff, so it's just kind of annoying to me that they do that. The other thing is, as you can see, they rammed this into my mailbox, so it was all folded up when it's not supposed to be. I'm pretty sure it's prints that I ordered from offline. Like, I wasn't on Etsy looking for prints, because I already have prints laying around my house that I need to frame, because I need to thrift frames for them, but I want to make, like, a gallery wall type thing. And so I have art prints, but no frames, and I don't know, I just haven't gotten my shit together enough. I like the paper they used. It sparkles. Ooh, this is bigger than I thought it was. I'm not good at estimating sizes, as you guys can probably tell. Oh wow. That's gorgeous. I loved the colors on this and like the back of the shaved head. This kind of gives me Jesse Rutherford vibes, like it kind of looks like it could be the back of his head, which I don't know if you guys know who that is, but he's the frontman for The Neighborhood, which is one of my other favorite bands of all time. And he dated Billie Eilish for a while, which is, people were saying he was like creepy and shit online for doing that. And I agree the age gap was super fucking weird, but at the same time it's like they broke up, thankfully, so I'm gonna have to update you guys when I'm in a better mood, because I feel like I'm just like trying to force myself to talk, and it's just, I don't know, I guess I'm not in the mood to vlog.